Hey family, much love to you all. I hope all is well with you. Your sister just checking in. Check this out. Um, the sun is out, but it's kind of cloudy today. But the sun is actually still in the east. Okay, this is the south from this entrance right here. Okay, and as you see, you don't see no sunlight coming in whatsoever. But the sun is out. Okay, please know that. It's always out. Even at nighttime, it's always out. When your vibrations start to really increase, family, um, I've told many of you, you know, many people have eyes to see and they can read you, right? They can see your aura around you. And you too are able to see your energy field, those beautiful rainbow spectrums that are around you. You too are able to see them if you're not so distracted and you're paying attention. Okay, and as I stated, the sun doesn't have to, be shining on you. It's always out because we all have a sun within us. Okay. Um, Before I get started, disclaimer: the thing I'm speaking about, all of this is due to, things I have experienced as far as me having a spiritual awakening and what came out of it. Okay, and me learning and going through the motion as far as knowledge of self. Okay, knowledge of self. So, what I'm speaking, okay, is from that perspective. Not so much about what I've read, because a lot of things I have experienced, I saw it within myself. Okay, so let me just say that. So for those who happen to be watching me that might be new, yeah, your sister is speaking from the perspective of, you know, uh, her awakening and what came out of it, as far as what I've learned and overcome. Okay, and I got to where I went from understanding to understanding. Okay, so let me just say that, because I always knew people check your sister out, so I just want to put that out there. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, family, I've stated before how we all are eternal, spiritual, multidimensional beings. Okay, we all are part of that spark of source, the Most High. There is, and the fact that we're energy beings, when the sun hit our body, right, it's bouncing off our energy field. And if you have eyes to see, you can see where a person is in the present. Okay, due to the color spectrum that's around them. Some people have like little orbs. Some people lights. It doesn't matter. Well, I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter. Some people have like little small, little circular orb lights around them, and some people have like a big old, lights around them. I mean, it's surrounded all around them. Okay, all of this is due to where you are vibrationally, as well spiritually. Okay, got many people energy field, is strong. It's very strong. Okay, and nothing low vibrational can, harm you. Come to your dwelling place. And this is also how the spirit realm sees you as well, family. Um, Even those watchers up there, shall I say, how the universe sees as well. Okay, let me just say that. Okay, but as you see, I'm in my room. Okay, and this is the window. The sunlight is not coming in. Okay, but due to the fact that I'm near the window and there is light coming in, when I'm turning this slightly, you can start seeing my light, my energy field. Do you see that? What color do you see? You should see it here. Okay. I know for me, I'm seeing green and violet all in the mix. But anyway, so you can imagine what. And I'm seeing green now. See that green? I'm in my heart space. Okay, I can't make this up. I'm in my heart space, and what I mean by that, I don't discriminate. I love people from where they are. And even though currently I do see color when it comes to people, their nationality, by being in my heart space, I look at, those who, are in their heart space too, my brothers and sisters, okay? So I'm in my heart space. That's what I mean by that, okay? I'm not in a place of, hating on anybody, feeling jealous of anybody. I have knowledge of self and I love myself. So it as within, so without, okay? So that's what I mean by being in my heart space, okay? I'm not mean spirit, okay? But anyway, it's not what I say, all right? It shows, okay? The spirit acknowledges it and it shows. So anyway, family, you don't really have to say anything. Your vibration will speak for itself. Please know that even when you go within yourself, your vibration will speak for itself. So anyway, I was checking out on my news feed. Someone had a post and it had Bobby Hemmett on there. And many of you know about who Bobby Hemmett is. Okay, he's a scholar and he speaks from the perspective of metaphysics, definitely to his people. Okay, those who are the melanin, African race, and his teachings. The way I look at it, meaning a call for your chosen, if you know what I mean. He's putting it out there, but I look at his teachings the same way as though when we read the Bible. Many people can read the Bible and they understand it because even though it's spiritual milk, the fact that they have had their own experiences spiritually, like your sister, a lot of it they look at as spiritual meat. They get it because they sing it for themselves. Okay, so when it comes to Bobby Hemmett teaching, because he does a lot of research and all that, he read a lot of books, and he's very knowledgeable. Um, there's a lot that he speaks about that go over my head. Let me just say that. That's right. There's a lot that he speaks about that go over my head because I haven't experienced it. But I have watched many of his teachings, okay? And because I'm looking at it as though I may not understand it now, but one day, I never know when I can use this information. So anyway, I love watching his lectures. Okay, they're free. Okay, and you can learn a lot if you have ears to hear. But many of that information can go over your head. A lot of it is like spiritual meat to me because I understand it, because I seen it. I know what he's talking about. What I want to share this real quick, family. I know all knowledge is not good information for everybody. I mean, as far as putting it out there, because everybody's not going to receive it because they don't understand it. Let me just say that. So I'm always mindful of the words that come out of my mouth. I truly believe all information should be free. Nothing new is under the sun. Let me just say that. And the further you evolve spiritually and you put in the work in, the Most High God will reveal things to you that maybe are in books, but you have not read those books. You would come to this understanding for yourself, the fact that you are going within yourself. And when you start to have these experiences, when you start to, have this inner knowing, you're going to be like, well, I want to have this, been in a book. I want to have anybody, written about this because I want to know more about this. Especially if you seen something and you kind of confused, but not confused, but, you're scratching your head like, what is this? I'm sure there's somebody that has books about it that has too experienced it. A lot of people have experiences and they write books. But, you'll find yourself from that, perspective, like, man, I wonder has anybody written about this because I want to know more. I've seen this. And 9 times out of 10, I'm sure there are books about it. But the point I'm trying to make is you have experiences that, may not have been written, or they may have been written. You just haven't read the book, but you had the experience. Okay, as far as someone speaking from their perspective, and it helps you. It gives more insight, that you're not alone, and you can gain insight, of the other person's perspective as far as what this is. Okay, because they too have experienced this as well. But anyway, I love Bobby Hemmett teachings. And anyway, on this post, I forgot how it was, politically, but he was pretty much saying, many people are asking about him, where's Bobby? Because I ain't gonna lie, I too was, because I haven't been, seeing him, presently. I haven't heard anybody, uploading any of his, current teachings, and on this particular post, I don't know, I might share it. I might share it. If I find it, family, check out my community section to see if I shared it, and I will share that post, okay? So you get an idea of who Bobby Hemmett is and what was stated on that post. But it was pretty much saying, it's like people saying, where is Bobby Hemmett? And he's like, don't look for him. Don't worry about where he is. Just put the work in. Just focus on yourself and put the work in. Because he has put enough, information out there for people to really, study, to show themselves approved, to do the research, watch the videos, cause it's pretty much, and I get what he's saying. Why should he have to say the same thing over and over and over? He, when he does his lectures, he's always, providing information, where he got his information from, as far as, when he's talking about certain topics, he will always direct people towards books, to where they can find the information for themselves, and pretty much, put the work in, seek so shall you find. So, I get what that post was saying. Stop looking for him, and you put the work in. If anything, try to look for yourself. Try to find out who you are. Find out knowledge of self. Put the work in. Go within yourself. And that's pretty much what I always been saying when I come to my own videos. I don't never tell nobody, oh, do what I say do. All I was doing, all I have been doing is just speaking from my experience, my testimony. That's it. That's all I know. And many people get it, many people don't. Many people, when I say fall by the wayside, it's just that, they tempered off and they start doing their own thing, or many just didn't get it. I sounded very foreign to them or crazy, all right? And for many of you, people going to think you're crazy, okay? But it's okay. It's not for them. They were to wake up in their own divine timing, and maybe they won't. Maybe they're going to stay asleep. And if they are asleep, people that that are close to you, your family, your so-called friends, let them stay asleep. It's not for you to force anything on anybody, family. You keep speaking your truth. That's all you do. And if it's meant for people to find you and check you out, that's fine. And even the ones who do check you out, they still might not get you. They may happen to watch you, out of, just happen to click on your, videos for whatever reason. They might find you intriguing or curious, and they might hang in there and watch you and actually take the words in and apply it for themselves. But it's not meant for us to force anything on anybody when it comes to this walk, okay? Many people are actually putting the work in. Many people choose not to put the work in. And that's their choice, okay? Do the free will out here. Okay, many people call, you are chosen. So anyway, big shout out to Bobby Hemmett. Much love and I appreciate that brother, and a host of others that I have watched on YouTube that I was led to watch by the Spirit. I definitely have love for the 13th Son. A lot of things he have spoken of have actually came to pass. Okay, his videos go back; they old, But I've learned a lot from him, because a lot of things he was speaking about, okay, he will always talk about, your heart, getting your heart space, and he will always talk about, how we should watch how we eat. Which is, I understand that now. I really, back then I was like, but I get what he means. How we need to stick with live foods. It keeps us lighter, and it also helps to raise our vibration as well. So I get what he's saying. But he was saying a host of other things also, as far as when you are right on the inside. When you are right on the inside, it shows on the outside. How animals come to you, and nature. You line it up with nature, and your vibration starts to increase. Ancestors start coming around you. I get what he's saying, okay? And I have eyes to see him in a way. He is one of my brethren. Let me just say that. Spiritually, he is one of my brethren. I definitely have something in common with him and a host of other people. Let me just say that. But one must put the work in, okay? One must put the work in. Now, there were people that were just hating on him. And when it's not my battle, I don't get caught up in people, feeling how they feel about a person. That's not my battle. And, how people feel about you is none of your business either, family. Let them feel how they feel. Okay, they can think what they want to think. It's really how you feel about yourself and what you think about yourself at the end of the day. Please know that. But it's crazy though, because one of the individuals that was hating on him, I happened to stumble upon his videos, and he was just bad mouthing him. And I did a video some years back while talking about the experience that I had when I saw this city. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. It was a crystal city. I had a experience where I had like a out of body experience, and this was in 2011, and I talked about this before. I don't like to keep repeating myself, but anyway, I had connected with this being, okay, this crystal being that let me know I was gonna have another child. I never had my daughter in 2012, but that's a whole another story. But anyway, somebody had commented on that video, and they couldn't stand the 13th son, or maybe they just had mixed feelings about him in a way, but they had wanted to connect with me to just to chit chat, whatever. And I accepted. I meditated. This is what I should do. The spirit let me know, no, for whatever reason. And it doesn't mean that the person was a negative individual, whatever. I just heed the spirit. Maybe it wasn't the right time for me to connect with this individual face to face and just chit chat, okay? At the end of the day, we need to be led by the spirit, okay? And it doesn't mean a person is evil. It doesn't mean a person is vindictive, out to get you or anything. But it's a time for everything. And the spirit let me know it was the time to be meeting up with that individual. So I did not. I heed the spirit. But no matter how they felt about the 13th son, I didn't have an issue with him. It was just things that he was speaking about that was going over my head, but I understood him because I too have my own experiences, and I get what he was saying. That's all I'm saying. I get what he was saying because a lot of things he was talking about, I was having those experiences. But anyway, but during that time I was watching him, I didn't really have eyes to see. My spiritual sight was awakened, but I still wasn't at that time. I guess it wasn't meant for me to see it, but there were things about him that I wasn't picking up then. Now I see it. That's all I'm saying. And it's going to be the same way for many of you. In the near future, if you happen to look back on my videos, you're going to see certain things about me you wasn't seeing before. Okay, but it wasn't meant for you to see it then. Let me just say that. One must have eyes to see. That's all I'm going to say. But getting back to Bobby Hammett, he was one of the people that was led to by the Spirit to watch, and a host of others. Okay, there were others as well, very knowledgeable people that was helping, the family, shall I say, their people to wake up, but he wasn't coming to you. These were people that knew about him. They came to him, okay? They came to him. That's the difference. He was not here waving the wand. I have information, come to me. It don't work that way, family. One must be led by the Spirit. When you are seeking, so shall you find. Please know that. Now I want to say this real quick, and I'm going to end this video. One of the things that I have learned, Bobby Hemming will talk about these doors, okay? These doors, especially in Kemet. There are doors also, and you will see them, on the wall, shall I say. And I just want to watch what I say, okay? But anyway, I too have spoken about spiritual doors, all right? And let me just say this real quick. I know a lot of things that I have spoken of have went over many people's heads, okay? And they probably just chuckle up, oh, she crazy, she don't know what she's talking about, oh, she just talking out of her ass, whatever. That's okay. I let people be people, they just don't understand me. But for those who do, please know your sister don't make stuff up, okay? There are a lot of intuitive, psychic, empath people who watch me, okay? And they know bull-ish when they see it, when they feel it, when they sense it, okay? So they would have a long time ago would have called me out, okay, as far as me making ish up. If anything, I would have people that would hit me up by and by saying, you putting out too much information, information you putting out, they don't even know all that. They need to find out this information for themselves. And back then, I didn't understand why they would say that. I'm like, well, most high God give me this information, it's for me to share it. That was my intention. That's how I looked at it. It's for me to share it, but I get what they're saying. A lot of people won't receive what you're saying. They won't appreciate it because they're not having the experiences. Not only that, many people, it's like you're trying to help somebody. Many people, you can extend that hand and, you can pull them up. And then some people, you extend that hand and they want to pull you down. Okay? I'm sure somebody caught that. And with that being said, you can't help everybody. Okay? You can't help everybody. So anyway, and then a lot of people, they just not ready to receive, all right? And you can't do anything about that. So anyway, and see how it's like, the camera speaks for itself. When my energy feel really, really increased, you can see like how the energy fluctuate around me, okay? And I'm going to do another video. I don't know, maybe I might do it in the coming weeks. And I'm going to show you how those who have mastered themselves, how, and for those who have that connection with the Most High, let me just say that, how you will see this energy field around them, okay? And a host of other things. It's kind of like their shield, their energy shield will show up, okay? And please know, no matter how people try to bamboozle you, okay, it's going to, like a boomerang, boop, come right back to them, all right? So I don't even know why people even try to be mean-spirited people. It just, I'm like, okay, are you that ignorant? Do you know how this works? What you put out always come back to you. But anyway, I'd rather put out love to receive more love back to me than negativeness. But, it is what it is. That's why, you have to be mindful of the information that you put out. Because a lot of people, they will use it for evil. It's always like that because they're not right on the inside. And speaking of people who are not right on the inside, they're going to be people whose spiritual sight is going to awaken. And there's nothing evil about your spiritual sight, family. It's truly, something to be very grateful for because it has truly changed my life. Let me just say that. And it lets me know how to be. Let me just say that. Okay, it's pretty much which side you want to be on. But due to the fact well, let me get back to what I was saying. But for those who are not right on the inside and their spiritual sight awaken, I say woe to you because we are what we attract. And spiritually, when you go through yourself and you're not right, you're going to see a lot of dark things, okay? And it's all of this is a reflection of yourself. All of this is a reflection of yourself and all those fears you've had, and you name it. It's going to meet you on the inside. The reason a lot of people who are low vibrational and their spiritual sight still can awaken, the reason they're having a lot of negative experiences because they are vibrationally down here, okay? And they are not able to tap into those higher realms, okay? There are gatekeepers, and the gatekeepers are guarding those spiritual doors, okay? Now, they might see one of those doors, and maybe they might not know what it is, but they want to go through, okay? But them gatekeepers are going to close it because they see you coming. They see you coming. Okay, they see you're in this realm and they see you coming, they see where you're trying to go, and they're going to close that door up. Because for number one, you're not ready. Your heart is not right. Your heart's not light as a feather. You ain't right on the inside, okay? And then there are those who are right on the inside. They'll see the door. They may not know what it is, but they want to go through it. And it is open to them. Okay, that's how that works. And Bobby Hemmett would speak about this a lot. He wouldn't really go into details. He would just talk about the doors and other things about the underworld and, about these realms and all of that. But I knew what he was talking about. I knew what he was talking about because I've seen this for myself. And I've also spoke about how there were doors that I wanted to go through and I was knocked back down. Oh yeah, you could be knocked back down and it doesn't feel good. It does not feel good. That's why one must get right on the inside. Get right. Put the work in. Heal. 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 And put the work in because you want to be right. You know, you don't want to be out here hitting on your brothers and sisters and then you go within yourself and you seeing something that looks nothing like you. It's not human. And you're not thinking about, oh, well, I shouldn't fear it because I'm in my heart space. It is too in his heart space. You're not looking at it from that perspective. You're looking at it from the perspective of you fear it because it's different from you. Okay? Just like out here, you fear others because they are different from you. You hate on others because they are different from you. You get it, family? Everything is a reflection of you when you go within yourself. But when you're not right on the inside, you're not going to be able to go through those doors. You're not going to be able to spiral up. And if you are trying to spiral up, at a certain point, you're going to get knocked back down. There's been times I've been able to spiral up. Now, notice what I say. I say spiral up. There's a light also that many people say, oh, don't go through that light because that light right there, like, when you want to transition, that light right there will have you coming back, okay? Due to reincarnation, you can come back through that other light. Well, we're not going to speak about that light. I've seen that light too. And it's being guarded too. It's being guarded too. You'd be surprised what's guarding it. You would be surprised what's guarding that light. But that's not for me to speak on. Okay? It's not for me to speak on. But what I'm saying is, according to the word, I remember reading Christ was saying you would know the way and the way you would know. That's true. You would know the way. Your spirit would know the way. So don't worry about that. Just make sure you're right on the inside, because when you start to notice certain things as far as you spiritually evolving, you would know the way and the way you would know, okay? Because you're going to follow that certain light that's inside of you, okay? That's your inner lamp, okay? You're going to follow that light, okay? Anyway, just work on yourself, family. I know it's easy said than done. It's a process, okay? Anybody that has hurt you, try to get to that place of putting the work in and get to the place of healing, okay? If you feel some type of way about a race, try to put the work in, okay? And heal on the inside to where whatever's going on inside of you got you feeling some type of way about them, to heal and get in your heart, renew your mind, how you're feeling about people. Because please know there are beings that are on the other side, that are inside of you, because we have universe inside of us, that looks nothing like you. They look like half man, half beast. The Most High God, riding his staff, there are many. There are many. And all of them are not human. But they are very intelligent and advanced. The point I'm trying to make is you will encounter them on the inside of you. And it looks nothing like you. So what? You're going to be someone that's going to feel some type of way about people out here? And think you're going to go inside yourself and see something inside of you that looks nothing like you? You won't really know. Let me just say this real quick. You won't really know, because for one thing, an unstable person, a double-minded person is unstable in all of their ways, okay? And they're also imbalanced. So if you're someone who can't detect energy, if you're someone who can't detect, whether it's something that's high vibrational, low vibrational, if you're someone who can't detect whether something's in his heart space or not, how are you going to navigate inside of you? But if you have been walking in that path that's straight, and you're in your heart space, and you're someone who walks to where, you're giving off high vibrational energy, and you go within yourself and your lamp within is bright, and you see something that you will encounter that doesn't look human, you're going to embrace it, okay, with love, because you're not in fear. You know there's no fear. That's an illusion. But what's not an illusion is energy, okay? As you see, it's a lot I want to say. I try to, chop it up like this, okay? But it is for many of you to put the work in. Don't go by what I say. You don't have ears to hear, but, you put your own work in, meditate. 'Cause, all the answers that you're looking for are inside of your family. It is inside of you. I'm going to see this. I'm going to end the video. I know there are a lot of flat earth people out there, okay? People have the right to believe what they want to believe. But at the end of the day, you have to have your own experiences. I've had many out-of-body experiences, family. And this is just my truth, what I have seen. Behold, there is a mystery all around us. As I talk, I see spirits around me. So I'm watching what I say. Watch what I say. But anyway, when you get to that level of meditating and you have these out of body experiences, right? It can take you places. Please know that. But I've had experience where I left my body, right? And I had a spirit, and I looked down, and I talked about this many times before. I looked down, and I was in a luminous body, and I had there was a cord that was connected to my stomach. I call it the umbilical spiritual cord that the Bible speaks about. See, that's like spiritual milk, but it's spiritual meat to me because I understand it. And this cord was connected to the earth. I was above the earth. I saw it. I looked down at the earth. The earth was just it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful, and it had this beautiful like glow, bluish, bright bluish film around it. I mean, I guess it's the word to look for it, but it had this beautiful, bright bluish glow around it. I say that, and it just looked alive, and and also so I was seeing like greenish glow coming from it also, and I looked at it, and I looked around, and one thing I've noticed, hear sister out, I didn't see the sun. And then the fact that I didn't see the sun, it didn't really bother me. It was as though this was to be expected. It's something about when you have an out of body experience, you don't really question things because you just know. But it did. But I did have a moment. I was like, "Where's the sun at?" And I looked around, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden, I was like, "Oh, it's like I already knew, why the sun is not out here." But anyway, that's one of the mystery too, family. But anyway, I didn't see the sun. I did like this. All I saw was a blackness. I didn't see the stars either. I did not see the sun up above this earthly realm, and I did not see the stars. I turned this way, and all of a sudden I started moving forward. Okay, but I was connected to a spiritual umbilical cord that was still to the earth. That spiritual umbilical cord was connected to my physical body. Okay, long as it wasn't cut or snapped, okay, I was still connected to the earth. All right, it's when it's cut, okay, your sister would have transitioned. I moved forward, and eventually it seemed like a wormhole had opened. That's what it looked like to me. It's like something had opened up to me, and I started seeing stars. Okay, so it's definitely a firmament up there. I don't know how it works. Okay, I don't know how it works, but when we're looking up, we're seeing stars. But when you're outside the earthly realm, you don't see stars. You don't even see the sun.